Hi, it's Paul here from Insidebikes, and today I've got a rarity. I've donned the one-piece leathers, squeezed into them, got the Valentino Rossi replica helmet, because I'm going to relive my youth and I'm going to be riding a sporty little Aprilia, the RS 457. Now the 457 is a new model from Aprilia. It's their entry into the A2 licensed supersport class. So that's up against things like the KTM RC390, which we've ridden on the channel, the Yamaha R3, the Kawasaki Ninja 500s, and probably its closest competitor, the Honda CBR 500R. All good bikes, all built to a price, but this looks a little bit special if you ask me. First thing that strikes me about this bike is the paint scheme. Now I don't really know how to describe it, and I don't really know if it comes across the camera, but it's beautiful. It's sort of like matte, pearlescent, purpley grey. It looks amazing. If it's not coming across the camera, get yourself down to a showroom, have a look at it. It looks amazing. The styling is pure Aprilia. If you know what Aprilia is, it looks like an RS 660 or the RS V4 superbike. It looks fantastic. And pricing wise, you know what? It's in the ballpark. It looks like it should be way more expensive than stuff like the Honda. But actually, I don't really want to talk too much about prices because there's the official price and there's what dealers are charging. But a quick look at the internet, you can get one of these for about £6 grand. That is well and truly in the ballpark. And you get a really high spec with it. The main thing that you look at when you're riding the bike is the dashboard. The dashboard looks absolutely bob on. TFT dash. There's loads of riding modes. You can scroll using the button, you can scroll through the different riding modes, you can change your traction control settings on it. It's a proper little super bike. If there's anything I'm not so keen on, it's probably more image than anything else. The front brake setup is okay, single caliper, bi-bree. I'd like to see a twin disc setup there, if only just a little bit for vanity, you know, it just look a little bit better, a little bit more grown up with two discs up front. And likewise, I'd like to see some aerodynamic sort of MotoGP wings on the front, if only just because you can, just because this bike looks so special, it kind of deserves that. Now, we've been riding this bike in February, it's been a bit greasy, a bit miserable, we've not really been able to give it a definitive, amazing test because the roads have been a bit sloppy. The tyres, unbranded tyres, actually not too bad, I've been quite impressed by them. And you know, the only downside really is just the weather hasn't really let us see what this bike is truly all about. But the first impression from what I've had, this can hold its own against anything in the A2 category. Love the Honda, it's a great bike. This is as good, the engine feels lively. A2 license category, in case you don't know, designed for younger riders under 24 years old. You've got a maximum power capacity of 35 kilowatts, and you've also got a power to weight ratio cap of 0.2 kilowatts per kilogram. So what Aprilia have done is they've built this bike right on the limit. So the same thing that Honda do, it's right on the 47 brake horsepower limit. They maximise what they can get under the capacity. It's a little bit heavier than the likes of the KTM. Wet weight's about 175 kilograms, but you don't notice it. First impression is it's tiny. I'm a little guy, this feels a small bike. I feel quite big on it actually. The tank feels a little bit bulbous, the screen feels low. It's got a proper racy style, even though you've not got real clip-on handlebars. But this is a brand that won 54 world titles. We know that because the sticker says so on the tank. And this is a bike, the Aprilia RS125, the RS250. It's what I lusted after as a kid. And you know what? I think if I was 20, this is what I'd want in my garage. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, I haven't had too much time to ride this bike in ideal conditions, but you know what, Aprilia aren't going to get it back for a couple of days yet, so I'm going to sneak off once we finish filming, get a few more miles in, I'm going to write a full review, you're going to get it on the website, I'll put the URL below. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and hopefully you get a chance to ride a bike like this, because really, they are absolutely fantastic.